Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Sefa say the people wey dey do peaceful protest no get hand for prison break wey happen for Edo State. Na know say they don break Oko prison for Edo State and many prisoners don run out. They dey street now. So make I leave you with Sefas, make you hear the message wey dey pass to the people. Enjoy the video.
I don't know what your opinion is about what is going on in Edo State right now. But I want to let us all know that there is a lot to what is going on right now in Benin. Where I am, the network is very bad. I'm right in the hotel room. I just finished from Asaba because I went to join responsible brothers and sisters that I got to know for many years. I talked about it the other time, that we have a lot of reasons to propel these youths to come out on the street to protest. But the major problem, the major challenge is what is going on right now in Edo State. The peaceful protesters don't have anything to do with the prison break and burning down of the police stations. Those who have sat upon the leadership of this country to see to it that we don't experience the light of the day, they are at it again. They have to do it in this way so that they will have upper hand to tell the youth to stop the protest and to stay indoor. They want to have reasons to tell the police to begin to shoot aside. I actually bought a ticket the minute I finished from Asaba, running down to Benin, because I've talked with someone like a great leader like Apostle Alfred. We have a very great idea on how to diversify. We wanted to dive in immediately into the unity we have to demand what is right for the country and for the states. But now the protest has been hijacked. Look at it. Where I am is a village. These are my things. These are my things. These are my things. Charger, everything. I have to stop because the innocent people, they are the ones who are going to suffer what is going on in Edo State right now. These things have been done, and the people who did these things, they've all run out. The police now, as their usual way of operation, they are going to begin to go around to arrest the innocent citizens. This has to happen in this way so that these people will have the upper hand to stop the protest, because they are afraid of the unity. They are afraid of the protest. They are so much afraid of this protest. They've seen the oneness in us. You should be afraid of a movement that has. You should be afraid. You should be afraid of a movement that has no leader, but the people are together. The people are well organized. Check out the one of Asaba. No car was burned down. The very first time I myself wanted to move a motion to have a protest in Edo State, I went and met with someone. The person happens to be an ex-convict. I told him about my intentions. He said, your intentions are good, but if you don't want to suffer for what you don't know, don't be in the front line of this protest. Don't project yourself as the instigator of this project, of the protest. He told me exactly what is happening now in Edo State, that the government have a way of having their things done. They have taken so much power to themselves. They've seen us rising up to cut down the winds, and they have to fight and move ahead of us to put an end to it. Now everyone is being advised to stay back home. Myself, I'm locked up here. I was so determined to be in Benin today. And now they said there will be coffee by 4 o'clock. So I want to use this medium to also tell other people to please, the coffee is going to start by 4. And now was the time. So I have to stop by. I'm very close to Benin, but I have to stop by in one of these villages here to lodge in one of the hotels. I have to stop. So if you're coming across this, you're going down to Benin, please, you have to suspend your going, because the innocent people are the one who are going to suffer this thing. They'll be in the prison for years, just like so many people have been in the prison for what they do not know. Once police gets you, you'll be the right suspect for whatever crime. Their operation has been so very illicit, very inhuman, and it is what we have been fighting so hard to stop, and now they have to fight hard to make sure they put an end to our togetherness, to put an end to our oneness, to put an end to our yearning. But I must assure the nation, and I must assure everyone out there, that this cannot put an end to the movement that we have started. We will wait a while to have these things resolved, to see if the police are really competent enough to bring those who actually, the perpetrators of those who went ahead to break the prisons in order to stop the peaceful protests, if they can actually fish them out. Then after then, we have to begin. No going back. We cannot go back to what we have been suffering in government. Enough is enough. If we cannot fight it, then it will become more difficult for our children to fight. Our children will not have anywhere to start from. So we have to lay the foundation for them. Whether we succeed or not, but our children must come to find out that foundation was laid, and then we have somewhere to start from as well. I was writing as I was addressing the youth, because I don't go to where I know I will not be well recognized. I was beckoned on to come down to Asaba. I told them I wanted to go to Benin. I said, please, come down to Asaba. I got to Asaba. Before we came out, I addressed everybody. It must be peaceful protests. It must be. If anyone is announced dead at the end of the day, if any car is burned down, any public office is burned down, then it's no longer a protest. It becomes a riot. And I don't want to be part of any riot. We can't burn down public offices. They are our offices. Our hard resources, our hard-earned income, we are lavished on those offices. So we cannot have them destroyed. We need to leave them there so that we have a lot to start with when we get the power we want. And I'm so glad, even before I left the ground, before I left Asaba, everything was still moving on fine, very well. I was moved in a vehicle down to the park, because you cannot get any vehicle to go through that Asaba right now. The young men have to take me in their car through the streets to the extreme where the hold up has not reached before I could get a vehicle headed down to Benin. And now I began to hear about this sad news. I want to encourage the peaceful protesters in Edo State not to be worried, not to be bastardized, not to be demoralized. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. As at this time, the government want to have the upper hand, to have reasons to shoot aside, to brutalize us again. So let's give them a little space. Let them go on with their investigations to get the perpetrators, those who are actually responsible. And you see, to those generation, I pity you people. I pity you people. I pity you people. Even though you must have prisoners set loose in any form, it's not in this way. Everything has a procedure. Everything has a process. So many of our leaders will still go to prisons, even in their old age. So many. It's not a thing of joke. Even as I speak right here, it's not a thing of joke. Many of them will still go to prisons. Many after their death, so many of the properties are going to be turned to public properties. How come you as a governor, a president, a senator, after serving this country, you have a kind of money that one cannot even explain? You have a kind of investment about 100 investors cannot come together to have, but you alone will have it. Where did you get the money from? What kind of business were you doing before you get into power? What kind of business were you doing? Can we have your account statement before you became a leader in this country? So there is a lot to these things. There is a lot to it. They want us to be indoor. No problem. We'll be indoor. We'll begin to cry out until when it gets to a time we can no longer be indoor again. We're going to be out again in the streets. Because the peaceful protesters don't have anything to do with the prison break. They don't have anything to do with burning down the police stations. They are innocent. Purely innocent. And police should not have this as an upper hand to begin to go after people they might have got to recognize. Ever since this protest started or began, you cannot have them arrested. You cannot have them to be questioned. They have nothing to do with the prison break. They have nothing to do with destroying the public properties. We reach a consensus with the reliable people. We pass this information. Even while the protest was going on, I was seeking for a relief from my office. I was still from where I was speaking to the youth of Edo State. Please, let it be a peaceful protest. That is where you will have your upper hand. If it is a peaceful protest, then you have your upper hand to remain in the streets for as long as you want, until the government will do what you want them to do for you. Until they do what we want them to do for us. Now they've seen that we don't have in mind, we don't even have in our intentions to begin to go around to burn down public offices. They have to inspire the same people they have been using for their political malpractices to go ahead of us to have these things done. And the same people that went down there to set loose are the same people who have been guilty of so many crimes. We are not going to relent. I told the people of Asaba, what we need to begin to demand right now is, if you must be president of this country, if you must be governor of this country, of any state, even to the least position, be it councillor, your children must be in this country. Don't tell us you are afraid because of insecurity. Why are you afraid of insecurity? Then why do you want to be a leader? You want to be a leader because you believe you have the competence to enhance security for your people. You believe you have the competence to set up the educational system to a standard. Because you know you have the competence to make available for the people basic amenities. Then why are you sending your children out of the country? The country that you happen to be a president, a state you happen to be a governor, your children are not in the same state. It is an abominable act. It is a sacrilege. So we must begin to press hard for the parliament to have it as one of the things they discuss daily in their chamber. Before you become a leader or to occupy any public office, you must sign. One of the criteria is none of your children will leave this country, even you yourself, except it's an official movement from this state, from the country to another country. You will not go out to receive any medical treatment. You are not better than the people who are dying every day in this state, in the country, because of lack of standard medical equipment. You are not better than them. That you are a leader, we set you to be a leader does not mean you are better than us or more important than us. You have to be here to receive your treatment with the same situation we all are receiving treatment when you are sick. Your children must stay back here to school. Most of you have been using it as an excuse that your oppositions might be against your family. If you are not against another opposition family, what makes you think the opposition will be against your own family? What makes you think? What would even make you on earth imagine such a vain thing? So our leaders, people in this country must get to be aware right now that there are so many things involved in becoming a leader or occupying any public office in Nigeria. Your children cannot leave this country. You cannot leave this country except it happens to be on an official ground. It should be one of the criteria. Even as we speak, those occupying offices, the elite children, we are going to begin to solicit, because this was the great idea I was going to begin with. It's not just all about end SARS. It's not just all about end police brutality. There are a lot to it. If the president's children are here, if the governor's children are here, if the senator's children are here, they are going to make sure that we have the best security so far. They are going to make sure that we have the best educational system so far. Within a jiffy, they will do it. Because the money is available. But they use this money, they use it lavishly on their children to go to the best schools in the world. To it, I call it useless. I call it useless. Because none of our governors, both now and past, none of our presidents, both present and past, children, none of their children have invented anything that has helped the economy of this country. But meanwhile, they spend a lot to have their children in those countries. They take our money off from here. Please, I don't have another phone. This is the only phone I have. The network is funny here and my families are calling in. The broadcast is breaking. That's why the broadcast is breaking. You won't blame them. You will not blame them, because I went through a lot. I went through a lot before I started this movement. I have been begged. My mother has said she has risen more than 3 times. My mother has risen more than 3 times when she heard my agenda. I told her, you have threatened me enough with your health. I can no longer take it, Mama. I am sorry. I am sorry. I'm married now. Very soon I'll start having children. In which country? In which country? In which states? In which society? So I must be part of the fight. Those ones who are out there are no better than them. So Mama, is it that you are strong? You must be strong for me. The only thing you can do for me now is to pray for me. You cannot stop what I have decided to do. But it's a pitiable one that Edo State will finally lost it at the moment. We've lost it at the moment. We've lost it at the moment. We lost it completely as I speak right now. It was supposed to be something else as at the time of my arrival. But we are not going to relent. You can't serve us when your children are not in this country. Our sisters, our brothers outside this country, our sisters outside this country, you people have a lot to do for us. You people should solicit for us over there. Their children, they are not worthy to leave this country. The people who are worthy to leave this country are the poor my children. So many of you went through here. So many of you went through journey that you were not supposed to. The country, all because the country we call ours is not working. It's not working. To all my brothers in Edo State, your fight is not in vain. The time you all have spent, we all have spent on the street, is not in vain, and it's never going to be in vain. It is good we've established it. They think they are wise. They think they are so perfect in carrying out their principalities. But we must show to them that our minds are made up and we can never go back. We can never go back. If we continue living in this country, I must tell you it's not worth living in. Not until we change it. We must. I'm right in a remote village I've never been to before. I told the driver, stop, it's almost 4 o'clock. Now we go suffer around today. Now we go suffer around today. People won't do this thing, they've gone home. The hoodlums who were inspired by the elites, political elites in Edo State. Those who don't want us to begin to unveil the truth in bad governance. They are afraid. That's why so many of them fought hard to make sure that there will be no continuity to a kind of governance that will give us the freedom, the privilege to speak out for ourselves. The governor has been in charge, I've been in support of this protest. The deputy governor has been in support of this protest. They've seen it that because these people don't have any cockroach in their cupboards, they've allowed the people to go after what they know they have the right to do. But the people who have destroyed the state for so many years, because they know this is not all about people in power now. It is also about those who have been in positions before. We are going to revisit all your operations. You can't run away from it. So many things are still going to be, seized or confiscated from your children, your generations to come. They are not, those things you store for them are not their properties. They are completely public properties. And we're going to have all of them back to the public. If you like, let your child be driving Ferrari. Have a private jet. Let them have any of it. If you like, let them be living in castle. If you like, go and build a house for them under the ground. We're going to set them out and we're going to have them to be public properties. We're going to have them to be public properties. So to all my Edo brothers, it's not a do or die affair. We need to be alive to fight this fight. Like I told us before, it's not a fight with guns. It's not a fight with armor. It is an intelligent fight. It is an intelligent fight. They've done the best they wish they can. Problem. There is no problem at all. We must still get to continue from where we stopped some days. Yes, now there is coffee. Of course, the governor has to do it. If he doesn't, it will seem as if he inspired the protesters to break the prison. He has to do his constitutional rights. That's why I so much advise us, we have to try hard, we have to try hard to make sure we don't destroy properties, to make sure we don't fight, to make sure no one goes down. Now, it's completely ongoing because everything is going on peacefully. You guys saw the video, you saw the vehicles, the trailers. Nobody has enough to pass through. But are you going to crush people because you want to pass? No. For as much they've taken the road, you have to park and wait until they are off the road. No one is forcing you not to pass or to stay. If you want to stay, you stay. If you don't want to stay, you know how to go about it going. But you are not going to crush down innocent citizens who are protesting for their right on the road with your vehicle. You can't do that. And you all watch the thousands of trucks and vehicles that were packed on the road. The same Asaba boys who invited me were the one who took me through the streets in Asaba, so that I can continue my journey to Benin. Only for me to begin to see this very video that is not encouraging. But we will keep our strategy intact. We are never going to give up. If you must be a leader in this country, your children must be in this country with us. Yes, if there's insecurity, let us suffer it with us. If our educational system is bad, let them experience it with us. That is how it's supposed to be. And this is a point we must also sound warning to police. The reason why we have been out on the street is because your operations are so poor. So don't begin out now to begin to arrest the innocent citizens. Because of the prison break. You have every power within your reach to have stopped them, but you couldn't. So don't go ahead to start harassing the innocent people. People who you did not get at the time of a crime. You must handle them with care until you confirm that they were the right people who went ahead to break down the prison. Anybody you get into your custody after 4 o'clock today, you don't have any right to brutalize them. You don't have any right to manhandle them because you did not get them as at the time the crime was being committed. You must handle them and question them with respect. Carry out your investigation. No one is asking you not to do your constitutional duties. Carry on and do them. But not to have them victimized over the crime they don't know anything about. I know you people operation is so poor. That's why I have to stay in a nearby village so that I can continue my journey tomorrow morning because it's almost 4. It is well, my people. It is a new dawn. Darkness cannot comprehend this light. Darkness cannot. Darkness cannot. And to those who are working for the political elite, who are evil people, who don't want progress in Edo State, you people, you must desist from your evil. Because there's always a judgment day for everything. Nothing is forever. No matter what you are doing now, there must be a day of reckoning for it. So please, Edo youth, let's stay off for the meantime. Because what has really happened is very, very bad. Having the prison down, destroyed, and people who were either illegally or legally arrested were set loose. It is unconstitutional. It is not right. I saw another video. Someone was, doing stunts with their vehicle and hit someone down, one of the protesters. This is madness. What? This is complete madness. That's no protest. Hey? I was coming even for us to begin to have lectures, even on the road. Thank God for Apostle Alfred. They had, service on Sunday on the main road. Myself, I was coming, let's have lectures. Let us be having lectures on the main road. Those who are good with exhibitions, let them come on the main road. We'll be doing them. If you are a good cook, come to the main road. We'll give you main road. Set up your things there and be cooking. We'll be coming to buy. We live in there. We go to our works. We will retire back to the main road. Then let's see if they will not fix it right for us so that we can live. But this that has happened is not okay. I'm not in support of it. The prison break, I see fast number, I'm not in support of it. It is illicit. It is barbaric. Having the police stations burnt down, I'm not in support of it. Even though we take over power today, do you know what it will take us to begin to build up all those things? That's why I said we shouldn't burn down any public office. It will take us a lot to build them again. If we really believe we will take this power we are yearning for, then we should have these things protected. We should have them protected. The police should be questioned about the prison break. The Nigerian police should be questioned about the burning down of the police stations Everybody is a suspect right here. Everybody is a suspect right here. Both the Nigeria police, the warders, they should be questioned. They have agents, they have people working for them. They've done this in this way so that they can have an upper end to stop these protests. Look left and right. There is no other way. There is no other way for them to stop the protests. So they should be the first people in the front line to be questioned. Those on duties, they should be well questioned. We shouldn't, because the protesters don't have the prison break. The protesters don't have prison break as one of the agendas. Burning down public properties was never part of the agenda. We can no longer be fooled anymore. So please, other states should learn from what has just happened in Edo State. Protesting. If you are protesting, you shouldn't be carried away. If you look at the way and manner we organize that, Jesus Christ. A lot of calls are coming in. A lot of calls. I have to end this immediately. If you look at the one of Asaba, there were a lot of people who were not part of the crowd. They were with their cameras and they are watching the crowd. They are watching the activities of every individual. Because there must be saboteur among us. A policeman can disguise to come in to disturb the protest, to cause violence. So the protesters, you people were not vigilant enough. So other states should learn from this. Everyone shouldn't be in the crowd. Before you start that protest, call yourselves, have a meeting. People, there must be people who are not supposed to be part of the crowd. They should be outside, observing what is going on, so that when any intruder comes in to causing violence, so that the government will have upper hand to stop the protest, people will cramp the person. You cramp the person. That's how we did the one of Asaba. A lot of people were out of the crowd, far off watching. As you are coming in, we know whether you are for the protest or not. That's how we arranged it. You all cannot just be, moving inside the crowd just like that, and no one is vigilant watching. If you people were vigilant enough, you ought to have got to know that intruders have come in. As at that time, you guys would have separated yourselves from them, so that they will be left alone, because they did this in the mind of the crowd. They seized the opportunity. It is well. For as much we have found ourselves in this country, we are never going to give up on it. Because those that have been buried, we are not better than them. We are not better than them. We must have a country we call our own, and a country we live for our children to come. Not this type we have today. Even as we speak, people are coming out from Aso Rock to tell us bearish response from the president. Is he a president to you people alone? Can't he come out before the public to tell us how he feels about the protest? Without him coming out with any written notes, can't he come out? If the president is not as sound anymore to speak from his brain, then it's not worthy to be there. Can't he come out verbally? Talk to the people, your children. Talk to us. What is it? Why are we beating around the bush? People are coming in to say we met with Mr. President. Mr. President said, is he a president to you alone? Is he not president to the nation? What is wrong? If you have NTA, face him. Let him talk to the nation. Let him talk to the nation. How long are we going to continue in this cowardice? How long? You people can no longer fool us. It's not a joke. You people must be serious to do the right thing. And the reason why our leaders are still behaving the way they are behaving, they know they've done a lot of wrong. They know there's nothing they can do again to correct it. So that's why they will continue to fight to suppress our system will rise. There is nothing. And of a truth, if power changes today, all of them will suffer. Even for their children. So they don't want it. They will continue to fight with all their might to make sure that what we want never comes. Because they know if it comes, they are going to be affected. The reverse is going to be the case. So that's why they are fighting tooth and nail. What just happened in Edo State? The federal, they have hands in it. The political elite in Edo State, the past leaders, they have hands in it. So to all my brothers, I know how inspired a lot of you are. I know the kind of good mind we all came out with. But the old system has been bastardized. But not forever. Just for a short time. We shall rise again. We shall be out in the street again. In a more organized way. Please let no one go out without us having a proper meeting with ourselves. We have to meet with ourselves. We have to do it very well. Before we start up, in short, we're going to have men trained. I'll be on ground for the training. People will be intelligently out there to be an intels to the crowd. So we're going to have it properly done. They cannot succeed it anymore. Evil cannot prevail forever. It's for a while. Power is not forever. It's for a while. But these people don't understand. The thought is forever. That's why after Buhari left, he came back again. Why is he within them? Because they think they have to continue to be the people there so that they will continue to protect their evils. Because if a neutral person gets there today, you will be surprised and you will marvel. The kind of secret that will be released or be revealed in this country, you will be surprised. If a neutral person steps in there today, you will be surprised. They don't want to go to jail in their old age. They don't want their children to suffer the evil they've done. Very soon you will be surprised that children will be the one taking over power. Yes, with the money their fathers have stored for them. That's why they are trying hard to make sure that there will be more poverty in this country. So that when their children come with the stolen money, begin to give you 100,000. It will not be even longer. It will no longer be 115 or 3,000. 100,000. You will see people will close their eyes. Have a president, once a president's son to be in power again. Enough of it. We don't want anybody. All this article, all these people coming, they should go and sit down. They should go and sit down. They should go and sit down. They've done their bits. They are all part of our problems. Let us all not begin to talk about this person is good anymore. Let us have a system that will be guided by a constitution. It's not a matter of somebody is good. That's how we have been killing ourselves in Africa. He's a good man. He's a philanthropist. Even while he was not a governor, he did this. He did nonsense. Let us have a constitution. Let us have a constitution to get anyone that occupies any public office and see whether the person will misbehave. Even as much we talk about how good some people are, when they get in there, they begin to behave like evil people because the system is bad. The constitution protects them when they do evil. So enough of it. Let me attend to other things. Let me take a shower. Tomorrow I'll continue my journey. I'm going to enter my state when you people cannot arrest me. I'm not a mugu. I will enter broad daylight. I will enter. Then as at that time, stop me and question me. You will stop me and question me. You cannot have me this time around. So I will enter as at the time I know is right when there's movement. I will enter, then stop me. Let's talk. Let's know what the problem is. Let's know what my crime is. So other citizens, please behave yourselves. Once it is for, stay off, no problem. Stay off, no problem. There is a time it gets to where ourselves will say enough of the coffee. Because these things that just happened is not all about the protesters. Both the police, they are suspect. They are the number one suspect. Personally, if I'm given the authority to investigate, I will investigate the police. I'll start from them. I'll start from the warders. I'll start from the political elites. Enough of the nonsense. Enough of the nonsense. The parliament, if they cannot have an agenda to begin to to begin to have it passed to have a bill passed into law before you become a leader in this country, you should know your children are not going to travel out of this country. Yes, it should be the sacrifice you pay. If you cannot pay that sacrifice, nobody is forcing you to be a leader in this country. If you don't want it in such a way, then forget about the position. Forget about it. Forget about it. Is that not madness? You come to us to tell us you are competent enough to give us good education. You are competent enough to give us good security, but you are sending your children out because of insecurity and bad education in the country. That's madness, total madness. Doesn't make any sense anymore. It doesn't. Both the present and the past, you all should keep quiet. Stop talking about what is going on. You all are part of the problems. You all are part of the problem. You cannot come now to begin to patronize us. I saw Peter Obi talking the other day. I saw making jest of youth. Youth were clapping. Nonsense. Nonsense. Arab nonsense. He should keep quiet. To go and face his family. And they should be ready. There is more to this that they are saying. They haven't seen it, and that's why they are coming. Some governors of states, liberty, they are arranging protests. We know protests that were really motivated passionately, and we know protests that is just arranged. Let it just seem as if we are not part of the protest. The governor will not come and tell them we've heard you. Those are nonsense things. Many of our celebrities, you guys are also part of our problems. Money is your problem. You all want to be celebrity all for money, not to change your country for good. We know the RIP I decided to be part of that of Asaba because it was passionately oriented. People really came out to cry. Not those ones, those nonsense people are doing. I don't want to call names of states, but we know protests that are not real protests. You people just do it for doing sake. This nonsense. When time comes, you all will wake up. You will wake up.
Now we don't hear from Cephas. Let us know what you think for comment section. You don't hear the things when you explain now for this video. Go to comment section, make you let us know what you think. And before you go, I beg, make you help us share this video to friends and family. If you never subscribe to them ARG YouTube, I beg try make you subscribe so that make you for day current well with the things where they happen for Edo State. Thank you for watching them ARG YouTube.